Global Process Tech Consultant for the Process Solutions Group of Rockwell Automation. He has more than 2 decades of experience in the process industry in projects and maintenance. He's instrumental in design of small to large scale plants involving electrical instrumentation and automation systems. He is involved in plant reliability management programs and has handled regulatory compliances for functional subject matters. Mr. Rajendra is involved in strategic planning on projects, process, maintenance, and financials. He has a keen knowledge in the domain of continuous and semi-process control, has implemented various safety instrumented system projects and executed various projects in chemical industries. He has designed state-of-the-art plants in the field of control systems and trained various workforce and management teams on technical and soft skills. We welcome Mr. Rajendra. Over to you, sir.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Let me share my screen.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Yeah. I would appreciate Mr. Jaiseelan, Mr. Dhruv, and Mr. Vivek with great insights on digitalization. But my session would be more aligned to them, but slightly a more of practical approach on implementation of this system. I will just begin. So my agenda would be more on facts, and then how do we approach, and what homework we need to do, and then the applications and how we approach during this journey and what we need to target our outcomes. So some facts are, of course, digitalization, IIoT, or digital transformation, or Industry 4 is all the buzzwords in today's market. That's true. To achieve this, we need a collaborative approach at all levels of the organization. Today, to tell you the truth is, frankly speaking, there would be a resistance at the shop floor saying that the moment you make digitalization, there'll be some resistance from operations. So for that, there's a myth that people will lose jobs and all, which is not the case. Rather, we are enhancing them, what we need to do, and giving them freedom to be more creative for the operation efficiencies. And one very nice statement which I could collect is human and machine needs to complement each other rather than not compete with each other. And during this journey, strategy and objectives of the CXOs for IIoT need to be well defined to initiate the journey itself, because we are often finding that even small companies, if they are going for IIoT, they end up in between to what is the future, how to do, what are the objectives. They get a little perplexed at that. So we need to be very well defined what we need actually and what is our objectives, as Dhruv said. Yeah, similarly, digitalization team is not only an IT team. Some people are feeling that it is an IT job. So we need to ensure that from all disciplines, people should be involved in this team. And a good collaboration should happen at all levels, and a feel-good factor should come from all departments of an organization. So just to take a practical approach, I'm taking an example of a plant where normally it's been divided into 3 sections of information. One is your operational information, second is would be a tactical, and ultimate is a strategic. So I start with the basic thing for any plant to start is your environment clearances and all. So we need to commit on that. So we should ensure that our water, air, land, or gas, or fuel and energy, apart from that utilities and waste, are being captured in a digital form in the platform. So that is one criteria. This is the basic things what we need to ensure. And then equipment health information, that's the condition monitoring of the plant equipments, plant itself, pipelines, as Mr. Vivek mentioned about corrosions and all. Then maintenance information, asset management. These all data, are we presently taking this into a digital form in a common platform? We need to check ourselves. Similarly, the plant operation informations, the manufacturing team should ensure our KPIs are aligned. Process parameters like the DCS or the PLC or any other SCADA systems, are they fetching the data properly and validating those for farmers especially, and then operations and the permit systems for safety. Lab reports, we need to also integrate the lab quality checks coming into a common platform, so that later on, as I go to the next slide, how it will help us for data analytics. And of course, the safety and compliance aspects, like for pharma it is CFR, and for some other companies there are other compliances. So we need to have these checklists to do our basic things. Then production and engineering planning, we need to have a production schedules in place, a resource planning, design, then product development, and of course, process optimization data. That's more important for us, where analytics comes into picture. Supply chain management, we need to again have a view on that inbound and outbound trackings, inventory management at site, including materials as well as maintenance spare parts, and track and trace, as our my other colleagues mentioned about. So these all, when we are trying to collate and bring it to a single or a straight data platform, ensuring that these all data are there in the same platform. In the past, these were being helped by the ERP and MES, or the MIS, some people used to say that. Then we go to the next level, is a tactical information, like for sales, expense, revenue, capex, and opex, which is presently ERP is what we are using. So these also has to come into the same platform. Then comes the site safety and security information, like overall site safety performance, security information, emergency management system, as sirs mentioned about cameras and all across. So these all have to be centralizedly planned. These all would help us to build the main tower of IoT. The next would be, one second, what is pop up? Yeah. HR management. Now the HR management also plays a very vital role here, that they have to upgrade their site workforce for various trainings, enhance them, and then they have to also look after the legal and regulatory compliance every time, track all the labor laws, etc. And also they have to make some CSR activities. So these all collectively, these basic parameters would help the senior management of the site to analyze the site performance, understand the department activities, and also, if they require, take some corporate support or some external local body supports, they would help us. And then once this whole data is ready, we need to send it to the corporate with a security. That's, you can see a red line here, that is very filtered, and ensuring once it goes to corporate, it's an open-ended database, where we need to ensure that there's a proper security here. So here what happens is, the corporate objectives would help in collating all the site informations, and for agile decision making, making policies, long-term strategies, stakeholder management, and also shareholder management, monitoring the commitments what they have given, and expansion, improvement, and modification decisions would come up from there. That's what, and overall, this whole gamut of organization should come under a cybersecurity umbrella, so that we are safe with our data. So some amount of homework is required to achieve this journey. Like, we should ensure whether our plant is equipped with smart and adequate automation. Plant technology is ready for a multi-product. Some places like pharma or some even chemicals today are, and we need to see that our plant is multi-product capable. Ensure using high technology product development cycle for more of calculations and all, high-end calculations. Ensure life cycle management for our equipments. Health monitoring, OE data also is most vital, as in the previous panelists who said. And also, most importantly, is our plant should be designed that even the new technologies coming in future, as Mr. Dhruv said, some quantum and computing and all, it should be ready enough to adapt this. Otherwise, we may end up in more higher cost of investment. And of course, our plant, we should need to focus on environment and energy efficient plants. Whereas human, this is the most resistance what is coming up in implementing IIoT, is adaptability culture among all the workforce right from the shop floor. We need to ensure them that whatever data we are getting today is for them to help to have more better efficiencies and a good life work balance. That